Hey ladies and gents, and welcome to this next video in our e-commerce video series where we are building an e-commerce website. I'm specifically building one to do with selling hair extensions, but you can follow along with this tutorial even if you are selling other products. First of all, I'd just like to thank you for watching this video series. It does mean a lot to me. I see there's quite a few people watching it at the moment, so I hope it is helping you out. And if you have any questions, please leave comments or send me an email. You'll find all my details in the description. The second thing is, if you found this video through search or maybe through recommended videos, my suggestion is to click on this playlist, and it should pop up now in the corner, and watch all the videos from day one. I'll also leave a link to the playlist in the description and you can find it there as well. And the third thing, you will need a page builder called Divi, as well as web hosting and a domain name to be able to follow along with this video series. And if you need Divi or web hosting and a domain name, check the links in the description. I use a company called Geeks for web hosting and domain registration, and then Elegant Themes provides a page builder, which is Divi. And then just to be upfront with everyone, if you do purchase through my links, I do receive a commission, but it doesn't cost you guys anything extra. The companies just pay me a commission for referring them new customers. If you do go ahead and purchase through my links in the description, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It does help support my channel as well as myself. In this video, we will be building out the entire product page. And this page will show your product images, your product title, the price of the product. The customer will be able to add the product to their cart, and it will also show a product description as well as other information about the product. So with that all out of the way now, let's jump into my laptop. So let's have a look at the product page we'll be building today. The first thing is we have these breadcrumbs, and I've actually realized that on the websites I built for this video series, I actually had these breadcrumbs on the product category pages as well. So before we actually start working on this product page, I'm just going to fix that. And there's a couple of things that I missed in the last video. I think that video got so long that I totally forgot it. But there's a couple of things we need to do in the code that we added to the shop page that we need to change on the sales page and category page. But we'll do that now. I just want to quickly go through this product page. We'll then have this main image with some thumbnails, and then we're just going to have our product title with our price, and then these variations that can be selected. And then over here we're just going to have the number of items you can put in a cart with the add to cart button. And then if we scroll down, it's going to have a product description, a product info, a shipping info, and a money back guarantee. And as I mentioned in previous videos, you don't have to copy me exactly here unless you want to, but yeah, you can put anything you want. And you can even not have the layout the same as mine. Maybe you only want 2 columns here. Maybe you think this is a bit too squashed. You can do that as well. And then we're just going to add this review section for customers to leave reviews. So let's go to the back end of our WordPress website, and let's come over and hover over Divi and select theme builder. As I said, we're just going to make a couple of changes on our sale page and the categories page. So what I actually want to do, let me just open this in a new tab just so we can get to the front end. And then let's click on the sale page. And if you remember, this is what we created in the last video. If I inspect this, I'll right click and I select inspect. On my phone, you'll see that it now has gone back to having two columns instead of the 1 column as we set on the shop or collections page. And the reason is, if I right click on this one product and inspect it, and I come to the actual product, you'll notice here we have this class. So it's a UL and then a class of products and then a space and then columns -4. So I just want you to remember this columns -4. And if I just go out of the phone mode and let's just close this, you'll see we have 4 columns here. So let's go back to the theme builder and let's open our on sale layout. Let's click on these three dots and let's go into our page settings. And then let's come over to the advanced tab and into custom CSS, and here's the code that got brought over from the shop page. First thing we want to do, let's just remove this top piece of code over here. We don't need that because we don't get any woo notices on pages like this. So there won't be any styling for that. The next thing, this has to do with the product filters. So if you don't have the product filters there, you can remove that code there as well. And then the only code you'll be left with is this code where we change the products to a width of 100%. You'll notice in the code it's got ul.products.column-3. If I go to that front end, and let me just inspect this again. Let's just go back into phone, and I just want to inspect one of these products. And I come to the product here. You'll see there the UL class is products, and it's got columns-4. So what we need to do, we need to actually change this 3 to a 4. And guys, you might have to do this on the category pages as well. Just see what it refers to. Just inspect it. See what your UL class refers to. If it's got columns-4 or columns-3. If you've chosen other structures, this will change. So just check what that is. And if you need help with this, please get in touch with me. You can leave a comment in the comments section. And please, I need a link to the website. Otherwise, send me an email and I'll help you over email, because this might vary depending on the column structures you've set. And I can't do one for every scenario. So rather get in contact with me if you need help with this. But what you want to look at is this column here, not this top one here where it says WooCommerce, but specifically this one where it says products. You want to see what the columns number is, and that's 4. So I've changed this now to columns-4. If I save that, and then go back to the front end and refresh this, you'll see now it's back in the one column. So let me just close this. And let's go back to the theme builder. And we can now exit this. And let's go to our product category pages. And let me just open a product category page here. So let me just go back to the dashboard. And let me hover over products and select categories. And let me open one of these. So I'm going to just go Bob style and I'm going to click the view option. And then let's just inspect this quickly. Now you'll see this is already in one column. And the reason be, if I right click on the product and click inspect, and I just come up here to this UL class here, products, columns-3. And if you remember, that was what the original shop page was. It showed 3 columns. So guys, you just need to check that. Again, if you need help with any of this, please drop a comment or send me an email so I can help you out. So I can close that. And now, just in the categories page again, I just want to click on the 3 dots. I want to come to the settings. I want to come to the advanced tab to custom CSS. And again, we don't need the WooCommerce notice for the background color. We can take that out. And because I don't have the filter, I can take that out. And then I'm just going to leave that as is because we just saw that it's set to columns-3. So we can save that. And I think I got so excited in the last video because it was such a short video that I forgot all this stuff. But then when I came to do the next video, I actually realized all of this. The next thing we want to do is just add the breadcrumbs also to the category page. So let's come to the theme builder again. So let's just add a new module by clicking the gray button here. And we want to search for breadcrumbs or bread. And then this should pop up Woo breadcrumbs and we can select that module. So we can leave everything as is. You can change the separator if you want. So you can see there, this is what we're changing. You can change this to a hyphen or anything you want. I prefer the that, or you can even do like an arrow, whatever you feel like as a separator. I'm just going to leave it as a default, and then we can just hover over this and click the edit button. Then all I'm going to do is change the size to 16 pixels and my text color to my dark blue, and that's all I'm really going to do. And we can save that, and then we can actually drag this module above the products module here, and it will sit there. And then we can save this and then just exit out of here. So I hope that's all I needed to catch up on. So let's move on to now doing our product page. So let's come over here and let's add a new template. Let's click the option to build a new template, and we want to scroll down to products, and we want to select all products, and then we want to click this button that says create template. Then over here we want to add a custom body, so let's click on there, and we want to build a custom body. Let's see what we need to do first. So we need to first do the breadcrumbs, and I've just realized it's actually the light blue, not the dark blue. Anyway, I'll change that off screen, but I'll do the light blue for the products. So let's do the breadcrumbs first. Let's add a new row. We only want a 1-column row, so let's select 1 column, and then the module we want is breadcrumbs. So let's select that module. We're just going to leave everything as is on the content side. Let's go to design, or just again hover over this and click that edit button. And I'm going to leave everything is just, I'm going to change it actually to the light blue, and then change that to 16 pixels and save that. The next thing we need is this picture, and then it's got the product title, the price with the variations, and the add to cart button. So this is all in one row, but it's a 2-column row. So let's go back to the theme builder and add a new row, and then we want to select 2 columns. So in this first column, we want to put in the Woo product images. So Woo product, if I type in images, there we go. So it's this module over here that's called Woo product images. Let's select that module. And then for the content, we're going to leave it as this product. We're going to click on elements, and we want it to show the featured image, which is the large image. We want to show the gallery images, which is the thumbnail images. And we want to show the sales badge so that this badge appears over here. That's all. So there's nothing we're going to change in content. Let's go to the design tab, and let's click on image. And the image, I want to give this some rounded corners just so that it's uniform across the website. So let's do 20 pixels, which is the same as our buttons. Next thing I want to do, I want to scroll down, and I want to come to the sale badge text and click on that. So the sale badge color was my blue color, if you remember in previous tutorials. I'm not going to mess with the margin or padding. So the font I'm going to leave as default. The sale badge font weight I'm going to leave as regular. The sale badge font style, I want it all uppercase, so I'm going to select that option. And then for the text, I think I left it white in the other tutorials, but this one I'm going to make my accent color, which is this light pink, and I'll show you why. Because I have this background color, so it just blends in nicely with the background color. Cell badge text size I'm going to leave as 20 pixels. Letter spacing I'm not going to change. Line height I'm not going to change. And there's actually nothing else in here that I'm going to change. So let's save that. And let's add another module over here. So I just want to come over here. So the next thing is our title. Let's click the add new module button, and let's search for Woo product title. There we go. So it's this module here, Woo product title. Let's select that. And then for content, we're not going to change anything here. Let's click on the design tab. If we then hover over the product name here and we click the settings, we'll get to the right heading level, which is this one's a heading 1. So title font, this font, which is Tenor Sans, I only actually want to use for my page titles, not for my product names and that. So I'm going to change this back to the Inter font, which is my normal text font, like that. For title font weight, it's a bit thick, so I'm gonna make this light. For title font style, I want it all uppercase, so I'm gonna select that option. Text alignment, I'm gonna leave to the left. Text color, I'm gonna leave as default. And then the title text size, I'm gonna click on the mobile icon because I want to change it for each view. So for desktop, I want to make it 32 pixels. For tablet, I'm going to make it 28 pixels. And for phone, I'm going to make it 24 pixels. And guys, you must just play around with sizes here. You don't have to use exactly what I'm using. See what looks good on your website and choose the sizes accordingly. Let's go back to the desktop view. And then we are done with the product title, so we can save that. The next thing we need to do is add our price. So let's come back to the theme builder. Let's add a new module. And let's search for Woo product price. And there it is there. So let's select that module. And again, we're not going to change anything under content. Let's go to the design tab. And then let's hover over the price here and just click on the edit button. Price font, I'm going to leave as default. Price font weight, I actually want to make this bold because I want it to stand out. The price text color, I'm going to change to my dark blue. And then for price text size, I'm going to again click the mobile option so I can change it on each view. For desktop size, I'm going to put in 32 pixels. For tablet, I'm going to make it 28 pixels, and then for phone, I think you guessed it, 24 pixels. Let's just go back to desktop mode, and that is it for the price settings, so we can save that. The next thing we need to do is add this entire section here, which is the add to cart section. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's add a new module, and let's look for Woo add. Now I have to remember what it's called. Let's just type add to cart. Oh yeah, we got Woo product add to cart. Let's select that, and you'll see it automatically gives us our variations, the amount of items we can add, and the add to cart button. So let's just fix this up a bit. We click on elements. Yeah, you can show the quantity field and show stock. So this is the quantity field over here. If I deselect that, you'll see it disappears. There's only the add to cart button, but I want that on, so I'm going to select on. And then the show stock will just show above here how much is in stock. Let's go to the design tab. So again, guys, I'm not going to go through every single option here. You can open it and just play around and see what it does. So let's start with field labels, which has to do with these labels over here. So I'm going to leave it inline. The font I'm going to leave as default. The font weight, I'm actually going to change this to regular. Font labels, I'm not going to make it uppercase. Yeah, it's all lowercase, but I'm sure if you on the front end, it will just the first letter will be capitalized. The text alignment, I'm going to leave it on the left. The label color, I'm going to change to my dark blue. And then the field labels text size, I'm going to make this 16 pixels. And that's all I'm going to do for field labels. For text, there's nothing really there we can do. You can leave that. And then let's click on fields. So your fields controls this where the item count is. And all I'm going to do is change my field text color to what my normal paragraph text is, which, if I don't know if you remember, was all 7s or 6 7s like that. And just save that. And let's scroll down. And the next option is we get the drop down menus, which is this over here. So the first option is to change the color. If I come to my front end, you'll see I've got my blue in there. So I'm going to put my light blue as the color. The menu text color, I'm going to again change it to my paragraph text. The focus color, these two options for focus color, I'm not going to touch. Drop down menu font, I'm going to leave as default. Drop down menu font weight, I'm going to leave as regular. The drop down menu font styles, I'm not changing anything there. For the drop down menu text size, I'm just going to change this to 16 pixels. And I'll make it a bit larger. And that is all I'm going to do over there. Let's come over to button now. So what I want to do is where it says use custom styles for button, I want to select yes. Then for button text size, I'm going to click on the mobile icon so I can change it for the different views. For the desktop, I'm going to make it 24 pixels. You'll see it gets larger. On tablet, I'm going to leave it as 24 pixels as well. So I'm just going to come to phone, and I'm going to change it to 20 pixels on phone. So it's a bit smaller. Let's go back to the desktop view. My button text color is white. So let me select white there. The button background is this green color, which is over here. So I'm going to select green. And you see it changes there. And then I'm going to put a hover state on it. So by clicking the cursor and then clicking on the hover state, I've got this lighter, or it's not really a lighter green. It's the same green. I've just dropped the opacity, as you can see there, to 90%. So there's the RGBA code if you want it. So that's for the hover state. Let me go back to the normal state and let me just hover over here so you can see the hex code for the normal state if you want to copy it. Then if we scroll down, button border, I don't want a button border on here, so I'm going to put 0. Then for button border color, I don't have to worry about because we've made the button border with 0. The radius, I'm going to leave it 20 pixels, and the letter spacing, I'm going to leave as 0. Button font, I'm going to leave as default. The font weight, I'm going to leave as regular. The button font style, I wanted uppercase, but in the first or second video, we already made some styles for the button and we had it as uppercase there, so we don't really have to change it. For show button icon, I don't want an icon, I'm going to say no. And I think that's all we need to do for the button. So let's see what we need to do next. Let's scroll down here. The next thing we need is this product description title with the product description. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's create a new row by clicking the green button. And we only want one column, so let's select that option. And the first module we're going to put in is called a blurb module. So it's this module over here. You'll see the spelling there. Let's select that module. And for the title, we just want product description. So I'm just going to copy this, come back to the theme builder and paste it in under title. For the body, I don't want any text in there, so I'm going to delete that. Let me just scroll down a bit just so you can see what's happening. And then I'm going to click on image and icon. And where it says use icon, we're going to select yes. And what we have here is it's like a shopping bag. So if we come to icon and we go to the search bar here and we type in shopping, it'll give us a few icons and it's this bag over here. So let's select that. So that's all for content. Let's click on the design tab and let's come to the image and icon option. For the icon color, I want my dark blue. For the background color, I don't want a background color, so I'm going to leave it as default. For image and icon placement, I want it on the left, so I'm going to select that. And then for image icon width, I'm going to select the mobile icon. And for desktop, I want to make it 28 pixels. For tablet, I'm going to make it 24 pixels. And for phone, I'm going to make it 20 pixels. And let's just go back to the desktop view. Then let's just hover over the title here and click on the edit button there. And you'll notice we are editing a heading 4 here. So the title font, I'm going to change this from my default to the Inter font. For the title font weight, I'm going to leave as regular. The title font style, I'm not going to make any changes there. The text alignment, I'm going to leave to the left. The text color, I'm going to leave as default. And then the title text size, I'm going to click on the mobile icon. And for desktop, I'm going to make it 28 pixels. It's going to be the same as the blurb size. For the tablet, I'm going to make it 24 pixels. And then for the phone, I'm going to use 20 pixels. So that's what it looks like on phone. Let's just go to the tablet. That's what it looks like on tablet. And on desktop, that's what it looks like there. And that's all we're going to do under design. One thing you'll notice is if you look at the front end here, it's in line with the images and this texture. And this blurb module's kind of all the way to the right a bit. So if you come to that code pen and this very top line of code here, it says theme builder, all products, blurbs, custom CSS, blurb content. So let's just copy the line of code that says margin 0. And just remember, we're looking for blurb content. So let's go to the theme builder. Let's come to the advanced tab. Let's come to the custom CSS and let's scroll down until we find blurb content, and it'll be the very last option. So let's click in there and just paste our code, and you'll see that it brings it in line with our image. We can then save that blurb module, and then if we go to the front end, the next thing is we need this description. So let's add a new module, and here we're looking for Woo product description. So this module over here, let's select that module. So for content, we want to leave the product as this product, but for the description type, instead of short description, we want just description. And that will be the longer description, or the first description we made when we loaded our products. Let's then click on the edit button. And for the text font, I'm going to leave it as default. For text font weight, it's a bit dark, so I'm going to make it light. And just so it sticks up more from the heading. For text font style, I'm going to not make any changes there. The text color, I'm going to leave as default. The text font size, I'm going to click on the mobile icon. For desktop and tablet, I'm going to leave it as a default, which is 18 pixels. But for phone, I just want to change that to 16 pixels. And that's how it will look over there on phone. So we can go back to desktop. And that's all we're going to change there. So let's save that. And if we go back to the front end, we then need these 3 columns. So let's go back to the theme builder. Let's add a new row. And let's choose these 3 equal columns. So I'm not going to put any modules in there yet. I'm going to close that. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to duplicate this blurb module 3 times. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag the modules into the columns here. And what I also want to do, I want to duplicate this description here. And the description I'm going to drag under into the first column. Let's just go to the front end. So this one has a icon that's got this eye and it's product info. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to come into the settings for the first blurb. For the title, I'm just going to paste my product info in there. And then let's go to image and icon. And in the search icons bar here, let's type in info. And then I think it's this first one, yeah. So let's save that. And because we've done all the stylings on this one and just duplicated, we don't have to worry about styling this again. And let's just come to the description here and click on the settings. And instead of description, I'm just going to change this to short description. And if you can remember when we loaded the products, there were 2 descriptions. There was one at the top, which was our longer description, and then the one at the bottom of that page, which was the shorter description. So again, because it's all styled, yeah, we just duplicated this. We don't have to worry about styling this again. Let's save that. Let's go back to the front end, and then we got shipping info. So let's go back to the theme builder and let's come edit this title, or this blurb, I should say. So I'm going to just paste in my other title there. Let's come down to image and icon. And yeah, I want to just type in shipping. And that was this truck. You can then save that. And then let's go to the last column, and it's this money back guarantee. So let's edit this blurb in the last column. Let's paste in our title. Let's come to the image and icon, and I'm just going to search for dollar, I think it was. Yes, and that was this icon over here. So let's save that. Let's again come to the front end. I'm just going to copy this texture. And this is just normal text. So we can just hover over the second blurb module there, add a new module, and search for text. And then I'm just going to paste in the contents over here. Then I'm just going to hover over this and click on the edit button. And I just want to make it the same as this text here for the descriptions. So all I'm going to do is change the font weight to light. And then the text size, I'm going to click on the mobile icon and just on phone, I'm going to make it 16 pixels. And then it looks all the same. Let's go back to desktop. Then we can save that. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to duplicate this now and drag it over to under this money back guarantee. Now I wonder, this money back guarantee, I think I might have made this text smaller than this text here. So I think I did do. So I think I'm going to do that, but just let me copy this. Come back to the theme builder and I'm just going to paste it in here quickly. So I did check and these are actually smaller than this top one here. So I'm just going to come into the first one here. And guys, this is why you'll need to play around with your font sizes just to make sure it works for you, because I just think it looks ugly being on a second line like that. I'm going to come down to design, or let me just hover over the title and click edit. And then for desktop and tablet, I actually had it as 24 pixels. And I left the phone the same. So I'm going to just come here, right click. I'm going to click this option to extend title text size. And it's going to be to all blurbs, but throughout this row. And I'm going to click extend. And that fixes our blurb titles up. We can save that. Let's see what we need to do next. So it's the last thing, which is this review section. So let's come back to the theme builder. Let's add a new row. Let's click the green button, and it's just a one column row, so we can select one column. And I'm just going to type in review. There we go. So it's this Woo product reviews module. Let's select that. And the product we're going to leave as this product elements. For the show author avatar, this is your avatar over here. I'm going to select no. But everything else I'm going to leave as yes. So the comment count is this over here. So if I remove that, you'll see it removes that title. But now it's back. The meta is this over here with the name and the date. And the ratings is obviously the stars. But let's now go in order and just change some styles here. So let's click on this top one and click the edit button. So the review count font, I'm going to make it my inter font. The review count font weight I'm going to leave as regular. I'm not going to change anything for font style. The text align I'm not going to change. Text color I'm going to leave as is. And then this review text size, I actually do want to change that. So I'm going to click on the mobile icon. For desktop, I'm going to make it 28 pixels. For tablet, I'm going to make it 24. And for phone, I'm going to make it 20. So I'm going to just go back to the desktop mode. Let's come to the stars now and click on that edit button. For alignment, I'm going to leave as is. The color, I want my dark blue. For the size, I'm going to make it 16 pixels on all devices. And for the letter spacing, I want a bit more spacing, so I'm going to make it 4 pixels. And you'll see it just gives some spacing between the stars. So let's come to this meta texture and click on the edit button. The font I'm going to leave as default. The font weight I want to change this to light. Font style I'm going to leave as is. The text color I'm going to leave as is. And for the size, I'm also just going to make this 16 on all devices. Then let's come to this like actual review texture, or I think it's called comment text. All I want to do, so comment font weight, I want to change from regular to light. Everything else I'm going to leave as is. The only thing I want to change is a comment text size and make that 16 pixels as well. If we scroll down a bit, let's add a review here. Let's click on that edit button. So for the title fonts, I'm going to leave as default. For the form title font weight, I'm going to leave as regular. The font style, I'm not going to make any changes. The alignment, I'm going to leave as is. Just for the title color, I'm just going to make it a bit darker, so I'm going to use my black. And then for the title text on all devices, I'm going to make it 20 pixels. Just makes it a bit larger. And then we can edit this field just, so let's click on that edit button. For the background color, I'm going to make it my blue, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it quite light. So I'm going to use opacity to make it light. I'm going to probably do 50%. But that might be too dark. So let's even go to like 20%. So I actually went to 15% because I think 15% it looks better. The text color, I'm going to leave as is. For the focus background, I'm not going to touch. The margin and padding, I'm going to leave as is. The field fonts, I'm going to leave as default. The font weight, I'm going to change this to light. Font style, I'm not going to change anything. Alignment, I'm not going to change anything. The font style, so I'm going to leave it as 18, but maybe on phone. So for desktop tablet, leave it at 18, but on phone, I'm going to change it to 16. And then for fields text size, I'm just going to change this to 16 pixels. And then the last thing is the button here. But I'm just going to leave the button as is. I think on here I didn't actually have a border. But it's fine. I'm just going to leave the border. If you want to remove the border, you can just go style the button that way. And that is basically it for the product page. So if we just go to the top here, let's just click on tablet, sorry. So this is what it will look like on tablet, which looks pretty decent. And then let's have a look what it will look like on phone. And on phone, it will look like this. So I think that looks all pretty decent. So let's save that. And then let's exit this by clicking the X here. And there is still a few changes we're going to make. I just want to go to the front end and see and show you what we're going to change. So yeah, sorry guys, I forgot to mention. Just remember to click the Save Changes here, this green button. So let's go to the front end of our website and let's open that in a new tab. And then I'm just going to come to Sale here quickly. And I'm just going to click on one of these products. And here is what our product sales page looks like on the front end. If we just come down here and let's add a review quickly. So I'm just going to do 5 stars. I'm just going to add awesome products. Awesome products, I should say. And submit the review. So that's what our review looks like. Then the last thing, you'll notice that like all our title text on here is capitalized. So each word's capitalized. So you'll see the P and the I is capitalized, the S and the I is capitalized, the M, the B, and the G is capitalized. But come down here, let's add a review. It's the first word is capitalized, but then the rest is lowercase. And if you want to leave it like that, that's fine. But if you want it to be the same as all your other titles where each word is capitalized, this is where this code comes in. So what we can do, we can just copy this code. And we need to go to the theme builder to all products. So if we see how I've named it, theme, we need to go to the theme builder, which we're already in here. We then need to go to all products, which is over here. So we need to edit that. We then need to go to the Woo Product Reviews Custom CSS. So let's scroll down to the reviews, which is over here. Let's click on the settings. And let's go to the advanced tab. And we need to come to custom CSS. And then we need to look for reviews count and new review title. So over here is reviews count. You'll see here it's got the heading. We can paste that code in there. And you'll see a change there. And then the other one we need is new review title. And here it is. Yeah, we can paste that in there. And you'll see this has now also changed. And then we can just save that. And then we can exit out of there again. And all our changes have been saved because we saved it the first time. And that's it for our product page. Well, that's it for this video, ladies and gents. And thank you so much for sitting through and watching the tutorial. I hope it helped you. If you have questions about this video or any of the other videos, please drop a comment in the comment section. Otherwise, send me an email. You will find my email in the description of this video. I am here to help you. So if you really need any help with anything through this video series, please comment or send me an email. And then if maybe you don't have time to design your own e-commerce website or a standard website, or maybe you just find the whole process a bit daunting, please get in contact with me and I can help you. You'll find my link to my website in the description. You can click on that link and then you'll get to a page where you can click a button and you can book a free call with me, or you can send me an email and we can discuss the project further. And then if you've liked this video, please can I ask you a huge favor and like this video. It does help my video get out to other people. And then if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Also hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I release a video, especially if you are following this video series. And then I have done some other video tutorials specifically with Divi, which involves a bit more coding, or there's other video series out there where I design websites and they should be popping up around me about now. So guys, until next time, have a good one. See you soon. Cheers.